This meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission is called to order. All rise and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. James?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Stinson.
Here.
Commissioner Montoya. Vice Chair Scott.
Here.
Commissioner Mayers.
Here.
Commissioner Bernstein. Commissioner Bacon.
Here.
Chairman Metcalf.
Present.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of April the 8th. Need a motion.
I'd like to, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a couple of corrections.
Okay.
That I found on there, please. On, under Cool PZ 26-03-08, it says the applicant's representative spoke further about the rezoning request, but as I remember, it was just the staff that was talking and not a representative from Garrett Motors. I don't know if that's a big deal. And then where the motion was made, so the motion was made by Commissioner Mayers. Did I say that right? Mayers. And seconded by Phil Bacon. And the motion carried 4-1, but it says Commissioner Doug Stinson was voting nay. I specifically voted nay on that one. Did you
Tom
vote
did.
nay? Did you vote, do you remember?
So wait a second, are you referencing 260307 on the first page or 2603?
Eight
Okay,
on the
right.
second one.
No, it does say motion carried 4-1.
Right, with Commissioner Doug Stinson voting nay. I actually voted nay.
Oh,
But
okay,
still
my
4-1.
apologies, I
Oh,
had,
that's okay,
I was looking in that direction, and when I looked back on the tape, I thought it was there, okay.
that's all right. All right. So,
Is that all your corrections, or?
yeah, that's all I have.
You got those corrections made?
They will be updated with the notations here and the approval of the minutes as so called out there, so
Yeah.
yes.
With the corrections made and documented, I make a motion to approve the minutes
Okay,
from last month's meeting.
Row 8.
second.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Good catch, Tom.
Okay. New business. Cool PZ 260410. A rezoning application request for approximately 96 acres of land located southwest of the intersection corner of North Curry Road and West Woodruff Road, and to rezone the subject 8 properties from the Planned Area Development Pad Zoning District Infinity Heights to 79.16 acres into an agricultural zoning district and 16.84 acres into a neighborhood business C1 zoning district, as submitted by Matthew Werner on behalf of Infinity Heights Land Partners LLC with the following APN numbers. Number 1, 509-63-001A. Number 2, 001B. Number 3, 002B. Number 4, 002G. Number 5, 002H. Number 6, 002J. Number 7, 11B, and 8. Number 014. Public hearing,
Oh, ready for me now? Just prior to the meeting, Commission member Tom Scott had brought to me what he thought might be some typographical errors, including like the reference to the number, but I think everything is okay on the documentation. Reference to one of the, or two of the APNs, but there is actually an 11B to some of the notes that I have here, so I know that's certain, at least as far as it's called out here. And another one called out as 11A. I'm fairly certain that this is likely correct. There is the very first number, the 001A, so that could be one of those things too. So I will double check it, but in all conclusion, there's legal descriptions for each of these parcels that go along with the ordinance that goes before the city council, and that is the official record as far as elements. These are identifier elements to help with the coordination of what the location is. So with that idea in mind, this is fairly straightforward. There's a couple things. We did add one extra graphic that wasn't in your packet, but we will go through that in a little bit here. First thing I'd like to call out is that we do say that of any input or questioning will be brought before the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City Council up to that point of the meeting. After the report was generated today, in fact, actually, we had an inquiry from this parcel right here, a person by the name of Sandra Davies. And she was interested or curious about the ag portion of this ag and C1, as she was concerned that she thought there might be like another dairy over here coming along here. And I said, no, the intended development for the ag is to create acreages. And that made her very happy, something like that. And she was okay with that, including along the C1 that I explained to her as I'll further go. So to be as specific as possible, this is our subject location. These areas in blue denote what is in the city, what is not highlighted, just happens to be the county, just for reference. Our general plan exhibit here shows that it is urban neighborhood. We always, in our reports for about the last 10, 15 years, reference the existing maps of record. So this is showing the urban neighborhood in the yellow as it currently exists. The applicant has also submitted a minor general plan amendment to us that is a staff review. And the request for that is to go to rural ranchette in conjunction with this. So there is a reference in here calling out rural ranchette, so don't be confused if you happen to see the yellow here. That's the existing stuff, but it will be going to all brown. So here's our zoning exhibit, a little bit of green and agriculture over here. All these colors that you can see here, this is all planned area development. So you can see how widely of a scope this has been, at least for the entitlements when this stuff was coming about sometimes in the early 2000s. The new additional element that I'll toggle back and forth with as necessary, and also for the applicant's use, is to essentially show the actual ag and C1 areas. Prior to this, we'd generally always let the description of the request be the very thing, and once again, just showing the existing maps and then updating them thereafter. But from a little bit of discussion, it was like, okay, we need to bring in something to show it here. So in this case, this entire area in the prior one is PAD. It had different types of uses in this area that are similar to R1, R2, or the type of density that you would see out here, about 4.5 dwelling units per acre. Once again, the intention of the agricultural designation here for the zoning request is to create acreages, so a far less density. The C1 here was an existing product that was in the PAD. It's being requested that basically that it be the C1 neighborhood business allowance here for its own standalone zoning. So that basically reflects what was in the PAD. So that's not much of a change from what's been designated for 20 years. But once again, our main thing here is going to a lower density agriculture for residential acreages versus something like you would see over there. So that's the basic nuts and bolts of it. The applicant representative is here and can add any additional details that they might want to what we've presented here, and can ask additional questions if you would like to have them approach the podium, Mr. Chair.
Would you approach the podium, please?
Good evening. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good evening, Chairman and board members. Matthew Warner with Infinity Heights.
Check the,
It should be on. Is it green? No, you just turned it off. It's low sometimes.
Okay. It's really low. Apologies. Chairman and Commissioners, Matthew Warner with Infinity Heights Land Partners. I'll be glad to answer any questions, but Phil did a great job explaining what we're trying to do here tonight. Thank you.
okay. First question. You have Arizona water approval for water?
We don't have approvals for water because you wouldn't get approvals for water until you did go through the mapping process and got to a final plat. But we have approached Arizona Water Company, and they explained to us that there's an existing water line that's in Woodruff, that we're within the distance, that makes us eligible to go to them for water.
Right.
So, yeah, we've had those conversations. We understand that they got their alternative designation of water service, so they're able to do a water acquisition fee to where we could sign on with them for payment of certain impact fees with the water.
Okay. Go ahead, Tom.
This is for staff, Mr. Chairman. So I'm reading through the request here, and it says it's a PAD zoning district, Infinity Heights, 79.16 acres into agriculture zoning district, but you just said that it wanted to go into ranchettes.
No, that is the land use. I was referencing the land use portion, which would allow these per its designation, which is the rural ranchette for these types of uses, and allows the C1.
So if you go to the general plan, on page 25, under urban neighborhood, it lists the appropriate zoning under here. And C1, the neighborhood business, is within that. That's good. But it doesn't say anything about agriculture or ranchettes. So if you turn over to page 27, it says transition to land use. And one of them is rural ranchette, minor amendment, and agriculture minor amendment.
So you just said rural ranchette is a minor amendment?
Correct.
Yes, which is what they've also submitted for, but that is an administrative review and is referenced in part in the report for the rezoning.
All right. I was just reading that under urban development, that C1 was appropriate, but the other ones weren't, and they had to go to a minor amendment change.
Correct. We did a minor amendment change to go from neighborhood urban to rural ranchette in the general plan, the land use. And underneath the land use category for rural ranchette, ag is an appropriate zoning, and the C1 neighborhood commercial is the appropriate zoning. I think it's a few pages further back in the general plan there.
And single-family residents are a use, a permitted use in the ag zoning.
Right. But ag zoning isn't used in urban neighborhood without the minor amendment, correct?
This is a PAD. The request is
Correct.
for the rezoning on the general plan side as a minor amendment. They're going from urban neighborhood to rural ranchette. Rural ranchette allows the ag and the C1 on page 21. At the top, it says appropriate zoning, as you've pointed out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but ag's not listed in that appropriate zoning, unless I got an old copy, 2035.
Top of page 21, it says appropriate zoning, agricultural zone, AG.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't print that page. I just printed the appropriate zonings within that code. Page 25.
Yeah, no, it's.
Are you
appropriate. It's-
Yeah, are you
Appropriate zoning
using
is ag
a copy that might have been in the consideration when we were doing it, or from the most
No,
recent
I got it
website?
off the website.
It's on page 21
Yesterday.
is the remaining literature for that,
Right.
that rural ranchette.
Yeah, we'll double check that, but it is here. so.
Okay.
We'll show you
Just
on it.
wanted to have a clarification there.
Anything else?
Yeah, I was just curious, what kind of neighborhood businesses would fit in that description? What are you thinking about putting there?
We have no real focus on the neighborhood commercial at this point. I think that neighborhood commercial is kind of more intense, lower intensity type of thing. It references farmers markets, references feed stores, other type of stuff.
I was
But
just
really no
curious.
plans at this time. Whatever it is, will be in compliance with the zoning code.
Yeah, I get with that, but I just want to make sure it's in compliance with the neighbors across the street too. you know, that it doesn't, it's not going to adversely affect them in any way. Martin Valley?
No, I can understand that, and anything that would be brought forward on that site would come before this board for some sort of review and action before it could be approved and built.
I was just curious, since you wanted it to be that way, maybe you had some thoughts on what you were leaning toward.
Long-term vision, we see it as a potential site as that area develops. And it was part of the PAD, and during the time at the PAD, it was very important for the city of Coolidge at that time to have some sort of commercial component to it. So we kept that, and we believe it makes sense and we support it.
Okay.
Probably a Circle K or something like that would
That's
be
what I was thinking.
the first thing you'd want to build out there. Keep everybody from having to drive down.
For as much as that sounds like a great idea, I don't think I could get this on Circle K's radar right now.
So when it gets zoned agriculture, we know there's other things that are in agriculture's code, like data centers, batteries, solar. None of those are gonna be in that property. Is that correct, applicant?
The only principally permitted uses, or by right, going right to the building permit submission, is agriculture, single-family homes, and community parks. Everything else would require a conditional use permit, and if it's not listed there, then it's not allowed, so.
All right, just want to get a clarification there.
And that conditional use would come before the board.
Okay,
Okay?
yeah, good.
Anybody else have any questions? Bill? Nope. Okay. Thank you, sir. Open the meeting to the public. Anybody would like to speak, please come to the microphone. Everybody's rushing to the microphone. Close the meeting to the public. Okay. Any other questions? Staff?
No question from us?
Okay. Can I have a motion?
I will motion to approve Cool PZ 26-04-10 rezoning application as presented with any amendments discussed.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve Cool PZ 260410. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Since we don't have anybody from the public here, I'm not going to open the meeting to the public. Nobody to come, so staff?
Let me see if I can read here. Yeah, we have, we've issued quite a few permits last month. We started, we did 40 single families. So that was a good start. You know, we're kind of picking up momentum again. We started around 27 code cases, so, you know, we were really going through town, so you might see a lot of cleanups going on, and we're really helping the citizens trying to get everything back in compliance. We do have a few things coming on, Gilbert wanted me to mention. So we have this Thursday, we have the Community Child Care Forum at 240 West Pinkley Avenue. It starts at 6 p.m. Saturday the 9th, we have the Arizona Fossil Fest at the museum, the Gem Museum at 351 North Arizona Boulevard. We do have,
What time is that?
that is at 10 a.m. It starts at 10 a.m.
Starts at 10? Okay.
Yes, sir.
For those of you that haven't been there, to that mineral museum, I've been to the Smithsonian. natural history twice. And that place equals that. There's some really nice specimens in there.
I agree. I like going in there. We do have this Thursday, the 14th, also is the candidate forum for the council in these chambers at 6 PM. So if you want to join for that. Market on the Move will be Saturday, the 23rd, from 7 to 9 AM at 351 North Arizona Boulevard. Lynn helps out with that. And then, of course, the Day of Remembrance on Saturday, the 23rd, we'll have the Memorial Day Pancake Breakfast at 6894 East Highway 287. I'm sure some of you will attend that also. And that's all I have.
Okay?
I'd like to ask Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Just wanting to get maybe an update on that. I think it's Rolla Berto's over there by the Chinese restaurant. It's kind of had a enclosed fence around it for several months. Are they,
Yeah, I'll follow up with you after the meeting on that.
okay. And then Taco Bell, we approved that last year.
So far, no movement on that.
Okay.
Same
And I
answer.
guess Marriott's the same
Yep.
thing.
We'll have to follow up after the meeting on those items.
Okay.
Burger King?
Same thing after the meeting.
Okay.
Right now.
Just on one thing that he brought up, I'd like to throw it back out on the memorial out at the cemetery. We're honoring a World War II killed in action person, and his granddaughter and some of the families flying in from back east. So, I mean, anybody that would like to attend, it would be really nice to get some more attention from the city and city staff and everything else, just to show the respect for those people.
Okay.
We'll see you there.
Anything else? Can I have a motion? Nick's tired. He wants to go home.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?